Almost ready. One thing we do is we start as right at or shortly after the top of the hour, just so that we get everybody in.
Hi, Coach Bob.
There he is. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start getting it ready here. So
Okay.
we'll mute everybody. Do that and that. And got that rolling. Good, good, good.
Ready?
Just about. All right. Now we are ready.
Excellent. Well, hello, everyone from Unlimited Wisdom. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Abby, Nancy, Mary, Jane, Deborah, Deb, I guess, Coach Bob, Bill, Melody, Deborah Bronner, Sandy, and Scott, and CJ, the hostess with the mostest. I love and appreciate you guys all. And I jumped on here, and we get to dedicate this one to Deborah Bronner. Sometimes, if you guys get on 5 minutes, 10 minutes earlier, what we do is we actually ask people if they would like me to cover a subject. And so Deborah said, could you cover the concept of edification and promotion? And so that's what we'll cover here. And one of the things I want to do is thank you, Deborah, for bringing up that idea. When I know when a lot of people, get excited about something. Yesterday we talked about enthusiasm, right? And what a lot of people do is they hesitate because they conjure up this basic delusion in their head that they really can't talk to other people or share anything with other people because the delusion they have is they believe that people will look at them and evaluate the company, that they'll look at them and evaluate whether they need to be interested or not. And I got this right away because I'm like everybody else. When my mentor first told me, hey, listen, got me into a big imagination. I got really emotional about my life being better for me and my family. And then he told me how to make it happen. And he said, listen, say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. And I did probably like every other person on the planet is like, when is the best time to talk to people? Where's the best time to talk to people? Where can you find people? What do you say to people? It's like our mind immediately goes into this analysis paralysis where we start thinking instead of just come from our heart. And yesterday, that's the reason I covered that because we're currently right now I'm involved in a new company. And now that I'm involved in a new company, I know what my superpower is. And my superpower is enthusiasm. It's just straight out enthusiasm and excitement. But like Deborah said, the second part of it is if you've seen the videos that I'm posting online, if you've seen the videos that I'm promoting with on YouTube, I'm promoting videos that I'm not in. Should I say that again? I'm promoting videos that I'm not in the videos. And so that's what people don't get. So before we started, it was pretty interesting because we were congratulating Melody Riva in this company. She just hit the rank of silver. She did it in 16 hours. And now she's got 5 other people involved. And now she's number 5 in the entire company. And what you see the number 55 on Melody's hat, she was the 55th person I helped hit 1 million in commissions. Now that number is 68. So really, really excited about that and looking for that to go to 100, right? But if any of you went to Melody Riba's Facebook page, the very first thing that you're going to see is not only is she really good at looking at what I'm sharing, but then she shares that, but then she just shares a lot of other things that she finds online that's either supporting the product or supporting the business opportunity itself. And so when I learned And see, I didn't know this. I'll even say what my mentor said to me is he goes, you know what a definition of an expert is? Now, when I say this to you guys, immediately in your logical thinking, you go, that's not true. But here's a definition of an expert. It's somebody that you don't know that I edify. So why is it that if we reach out to somebody, they immediately go, well, how long you been in? What are you making? You know, blah, 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 blah. They just want to attack us. And if they're family and friends, they attack us more. But if we just turn around and say, hey, listen, I need to tell you about this incredible woman named Melody Riba. She is just incredible. She's a grandma. She loves God. She's an incredible family person. And she just loves people more than anyone I know. And what I would really love to do is I'd love to introduce you to Melody. Now, it's funny when you do that, you don't know Melody, but because she's a stranger, immediately everyone turns around and goes, wow, I can't wait to talk to her. And this has been one of the stories that I love telling is the whole story about, in the Bible about when Peter, goes to Petertown, so you got the disciples, right? And they say you always go 2 by 2 because a prophet is not welcome in his own hometown. And the story goes that Jesus and all the good works that he did and all the miracles that he did, it said that he couldn't do any miracles and good works when he was at home. Do you guys get this? Because when he was where he was born and raised, he walks in there and everybody goes, this is the Messiah. And he's, no, this is a carpenter's son. And I need my table worked on because it's got a squeaky leg on it. Now, how many of your friends and family treat you that way? There's a lot of friends and family that know me. But if I showed up around them, they would go, hey, can you come listen to my car? It makes this noise. I bet you would know what it is. And I'm like, I haven't worked on cars for 40 years. But they look at the image that we are. So the whole story is that, again, when Peter goes to Petertown, all he's got to do is tell his friends and family how wonderful Paul is. And because they don't know Paul, and he's promoting and edifying, telling nice stories about him, then immediately what happens is there's instant edification, there's trust, and all of a sudden, because of that, you now have a situation where they know you, but now you've been talking about this other person, and they look like the expert. And finishing the story that's so incredible in the Bible is that as soon as Peter promotes Paul, then Paul tells people, I'm nothing. You need to go to the center square because there's this guy named Jesus. And when they get there, then Jesus passes the edification to God, his Father. And so the one thing that you guys can realize is if you guys know of anybody, that you would love, that you think would not only enjoy whatever you're promoting or a product that you know or the way to make extra money, you should always try to find somebody and ask them if they would do you a huge kindness and a huge favor. Ask Sunday's message, which, by the way, you guys can share that. In my prayer time this morning, I was told to label it ask and share it and premiere it on my YouTube channel. So, that video, I was really, really guided in that. And so, using expert from afar. and so one of the things that's really, really powerful is then when you can rely on somebody else. Now, let me give you a couple other great secrets about edification. Is people think that you have to know a lot about people when you really can just assume a lot of things about people. And what they're doing is they're looking at your enthusiasm and your incitement when you doing it, right? So, I could take anybody on here and I can edify them even if I didn't know them. Because with your enthusiasm and excitement, the other trick that I always did is I would always sort of, I don't know what's the right word of saying this. It's sort of self-deprecation, but really for me, it's always brutal honesty. Like right now, even though I'm in a new company, if I said to people, listen, I want you to check this out. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to send you a playlist from YouTube that I put together. And I just think this is an incredible company. And I've seen the product. And I think it's the best product I've ever marketed in 39 years. And I need you to know I'm in the business for my fourth day. So, don't be asking me if I've made money because I'm in my fourth day of business. You see what I mean? So even when I first got started, I would use because I would help people not ask questions to me, because I would start out and I'd say, Deborah, I just need you to know that I'm working with this guy, but I'm an auto mechanic that's on workman's comp and I make $900 a month. And so, I'm new here, but I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor. If you know anyone that would like to make six figures a year, learning from this gentleman that I met, do you know of anyone? People are like, well, what is this? And I go, wouldn't you rather hear it from the person that can explain it to you best? You wouldn't want me to explain being an unemployed auto mechanic. You wouldn't want me to explain an opportunity that a guy explained to me that was making $1 million, would you? Wouldn't you rather listen it to? So I always was really good at sort of being brutally honest about where I was in my life. And that immediately made people go, well, this guy doesn't know the answers. This guy doesn't know how to explain it. That's why I always put, sometimes I said, I'm just a dyslexic ex-auto mechanic, unemployed auto mechanic. And people are like, well, I'm not going to ask him anything. I guess I'm going to get all my information by watching this video. Does that make sense to you guys? And so edification and promotion is a really unique way of looking at things. Because what you'll find is that a lot of people want to get the information, and I think it's a human nature. It's got to be human nature that we get information about something, and then what we think we need to do is share that information. See, we go from being a person that piques interest and edifying and promoting somebody else to actually studying the videos so that we can regurgitate the facts and figures that we just learned. And that's where people mess it up, right? So immediately, if you guys seen this, there's a link with the company that we're promoting, and the guy, Mike, that did the overview, he's got a 9-minute video that talks about what this company is and what the product is. And me and Matt took that video of 9 minutes and turned it into 1 minute and 54 seconds. Well, how can we do that? Because only the facts of the company are important, not his version of telling the story. Do you guys catch what I'm saying? So if you watch that 1:54 and then you go to the link where he's saying that he'll give you the shot, 5 days for free, you're going to see that he's good at presenting. He's full of energy. He's a great, great, great guy. But for the first 6 minutes of the video, he's regurgitating stuff that the company just tells you. Does that make sense to any of you? You know what I mean? So it's sometimes, I believe, as human beings, we don't mean to do this, but because we have new knowledge, we want to share that knowledge. So then I get I would come on and go, oh, have you ever heard of a company called Immunitech? They're 29 years old. You know what I mean? They do 200 million a year. They've done billions in sales. It's like that they say that on the video. But we want to take that information and rather call people and share that information. Well, as soon as you do that, this is what happens is people hear how excited and enthusiastic you are. But in a way, the way my mentor taught me is someone's like sort of asking for a sip of water. And what you do is you open up a fire hose on them. You know, so the way he got me to stop doing this is he goes, Robert, can you imagine if someone says, well, tell me a little bit. And so what you do is you get overexcited and you just throw up on them. He goes, you wouldn't want people throwing up on you. And I go, no. And he goes, then don't do that to people. Because here's where the duplication, if you're trying to help somebody, this is where you blow it. Because if you share information with people, they get to basically in their mind go, you're just full of BS, that you're just being a salesperson, right? And so the less that you give them, then when they learn from company videos, they now feel like they're learning new information for the first time. And what they do is they sell their cells on it, right? And so it's funny, I'm giving short videos to people, and then they tell me, well, you know, before I do this, I'm going to talk to my spouse. And I go, why wouldn't you just show them the video you just watched? You see what I mean? Because what we do is we watch the video, then we go to people that we love, and we go, hey, have you ever heard of glutathione? And people are like, what? You know, and this has always been the problem, not only with learning stuff on a spiritual level, but also learning personal development. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we learn this stuff and we don't understand it, but we know that other people haven't heard it. So then what we do is we go to them and try to impress them with our knowledge. And now the people don't utilize the knowledge because it's coming from us. Isn't that weird? It's like, I'll leave you guys with this one. My mentor always had these great parables or examples or theoreticals that really got it. Has this happened to any of you? Any of you? You have someone that's very, very close to you. And so what you do is you tell them, listen, you should do this. You should do this. I suggest that you do this. I suggest that you do this. Then that person that you love hears it from somebody else. And then they tell you, they go, you know what? I'm going to start taking this product called Immunical. And you go, are you freaking kidding me? I've been telling you that for years. And you know, what do they always say to you? No, you didn't. Don't they always say, no, you didn't? Or they say, well, if you did, you didn't explain it this way. It's like the most frustrating thing in the world because it also happens in training. This always was a crack up for me. So I would always promote or edify somebody else that was successful in the company. And sometimes maybe an event, right? And they would go to that, and then we'd meet up during the breaks or for lunch. And then I would look at people and I'd go, Jim, how you enjoying this? And he goes, I wish you knew this stuff. And I said, what? And Jim goes, I wish you knew this stuff that Craig shared with me. And I go, really? And he goes, because if you would have shared that stuff with me, I would have been successful already. I would have already been able to quit my job. And you so much want to reach out and just start choking them. You know what I mean? But I had to remember, not make me the issue. Because if I made me the issue, I'd go, Jim, listen, you're being an asshole right now because I did teach you that stuff. I did show you that stuff. So then he's excited, full of enthusiasm, because now he knows the knowledge to go out and do some action. And what I got to do is allow my ego and pride to get hurt and steal that away from him. I've seen people do this. You know what I mean? I don't care who gets through to the person. Wouldn't you guys be this way? It's like, people reach out to me and just go, hey, you know what? I learned this new thing, and I'm going, awesome. Just totally awesome. So what a great subject, Deborah. You know what I mean? Is again, understanding that third party, like right now, it was funny just to share with you guys. Josh and Chris called me this morning, right? And they're like, dude, man, what are you doing? Because what they're seeing is someone said this to me yesterday, and they said, getting on the leaderboard is one thing, but getting your people on the leaderboard is another. Now, that's before we knew that Melody and now Judith, that are both silvers, are going gold. You know what I mean? That's what created the momentum when I was in MDC. It wasn't that I hit 25K. It was that Melody hit 25K, right? And so everyone's going, oh my God, if Melody, okay, I'll do it. So now if you have multiple legs that are all ranking, well, they're getting paid, right? You don't rank and don't get paid. But now what all of a sudden you see people that have duplication. You know what I mean? So that is more important to me. It's always been, if my people follow my lead, then if they do what I do, then they'll get what I got. And see, what I could do is I could invite every one of you to a Zoom of me doing the presentation and me spending the first 10 minutes telling you guys how great I am. It's very difficult for people to talk because in their self-confidence and their self-belief, they're saying to themselves, I got to give these people a reason to listen to me. Why would you guys listen to me? So what they do is some people do that based on stuff that they've done in the past. But they don't realize that people don't care about that stuff. So I could get on a presentation and say, hi, my name is Robert Hollis. I've been involved in the industry of marketing for 39 years. I've made $60 million in commission. I'm a 2-time best-selling author on Amazon. I'm an international speaker. I'm a coach. I can handle your bags. See, I'm already, as I'm saying this, I'm starting to throw up in my own mouth. So I want to say that I can actually carry your bags as well. I'm good at cleaning toilets. Ask my wife. You know what I mean? It's like, a person's spirit, when they start bragging on themselves, they immediately got to make fun of it. Chris Robinson is exactly that same way too. You know what I mean? If you ask Chris, well, tell me what you guys know people that do this. If you edify them, they'll de-edify themselves. So if I was introducing you to Chris Robinson and going, this guy has built incredible companies. He's a self-made multimillionaire. He's made over $5 million in the last company we're together. And here's Chris Robinson. Chris Robinson would say something to effect, and they pushed me out of high school, and I didn't get a diploma. You see what I mean? I had a dear friend of ours that a lot of people know named Fred Herzog. And he said, I went 4 days to my freshman year in high school. They kicked me out. Like, well, you just said he was a multimillionaire, but the very first thing they do is they de-edify themselves. See, that works really good. But when you're reaching out to talk to people, isn't it easier just to say, man, I found this incredible thing that I'm excited about, and I think you should just check these videos out. And the interested people get things done. The other people don't. So people are like, well, how do you get on the leaderboard? How many of you think that I shared this just with 20 people? No. It's funny because I thought I'd take more of a snapshot of what I'm doing, and I'm doing it by volume. I think this morning we're over 80,000 in volume. Get this. In 4 days, well, it's not totally 4 days. In 4 days in Immunotech, I've done more volume in Immunotech than I've done in MDC and Akashics. So I went past my volume already in 4 days of something I've been building volume in for 19 days. Do you guys think it's the company, the comp plan, or my enthusiasm and excitement about it? So thank you very much for the subject, Deborah. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. I love and appreciate you guys. And just, again, easier than learning is just duplicating. Just duplicating. So if you wanted to get the silver, then be on the leaderboard, go look at Melody Raiba's Facebook page and do that. Okay? I love you guys. Have a great day. And Craig, leave it to Craig, because tomorrow night we have oh, by the way, on this call, I'll bring it up tomorrow as well. I looked on the leaderboard of Unlimited Wisdom, and Bill Shoemaker's at the top. Let's give him a hand, man. Woohoo! Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. There we go. Okay, Craig, go ahead.
All right. Well, wow. What a great topic. Thank you so much, Deborah Bronner, for suggesting, and Robert, of course, for sharing. Just some upcoming things that here on Unlimited Wisdom. We've got tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, breakthrough session. Great stuff happens during the breakthroughs. You want to be there. That's tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Friday, as well as Tuesdays and Wednesdays, like today, Daily Wisdom, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Saturday, Ask Us Anything, where you get to ask anyone in the community any question you have on your mind. That's noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. On Sunday, the Master's Mind. Very good stuff during the Master's Mind. You want to join us? That's noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And then Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, Recess! Love, it's a great open forum where we just get together and chat. What a perfect way to start the week. So that's what we got coming up for you here with Unlimited Wisdom. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. There's a couple of things in the chat. If you want to save the chat, click the 3 dots in the meeting chat and then click Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we conclude. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody so we can all say so long and happy hump day.
Happy holidays. So
Thank
long.
you. Thank
Robert.
you, Craig. Thank you,
New
Nancy,
day.
Mary,
See new day.
Coach Bob,
Love you,
all.
Robert and
Deborah,
Craig
Melody.
and
Love
Melody.
you. Way to
you
go,
all.
Bill. Way to
Bill,
go.
Deborah,
Congrats,
CJ,
Bill.
Matthew,
Love
and
you.
Ezra.
Congratulations, Bill.
Love
Congrats,
you all. Bye.
Bill.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.